conference call is the number and a pin.
You just have to activate it. We can figure that out. Yeah, because I think that the bots are all working, but the system needs to be updated.
Pardon? Well, it's already on. Oh, okay. What happened? Oh, all right.
So Louis, for this agreement with Cartograph, the agreement with Cartograph,
Yes.
the thing that we have attached to the resolution has draft written all over it. Have we received a final version? Okay. Okay. I just drafts can change.
Boy, the worst place to look for you is your office. First thing I do.
Oh, Roger. Also. Three things that couldn't be introduced by Jim. I changed it to you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, he won't? Okay.
But on the original, it's already changed.
Okay.
I think that's all I have to tell you.
Okay, I call this stated session to order. Please rise for the invocation followed by pledge of the flag. As we gather tonight, we ask that we are provided with the wisdom to make the best decisions for the citizens of the city, and that all those in the city be safe and secure. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic
to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
Justice
with
for all.
liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown? Mr. Ettinger? Mr. Milan?
Here.
Mr. O'Connell?
Here.
Dr. Ruggles?
Here.
Mrs. Sultana?
Here.
And Mayor Panto?
Here.
Okay.
Agenda.
Motion for approval of the agenda.
I'll move the agenda.
I second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
Mayor Panto?
Aye.
Action on the minutes.
Move the minutes.
Minutes moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
And Mayor Panto?
Aye.
Okay, we have time now for a public comment on any items that are on the agenda for tonight. Anybody have comments?
Briefly.
Okay.
Stephen Narosky, 123 South 3rd Street. Before council tonight is an ordinance, chapter 250. I just wanted to bring to the attention the very last line under 250-36E had a typo. It should not alter the actual advertising of the ordinance or anything, but just so that it properly references this section. It's actually originally said 435-6D. The correct section needs to be 250-35D.
250-35D.
Yes.
What page is that on?
It's the very last page, 22. It's the very last couple characters in the entire ordinance.
Oh,
Page 22,
yep. 250 under.
dash 35D.
Okay,
That's it?
we'll fix that. in a minute.
Yes.
I'm glad the public caught that.
Well, I meant to get it up earlier, just I'm busy.
You get that?
I'll get with you tomorrow morning to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay,
shouldn't affect advertising or anything. It's not substantial.
okay. If you want to correct the last page and just send it, because it'll all be in the way it was before, that'll be fine. As long as they're okay with it.
Okay, then moving on, the consent agenda.
Okay, under the consent agenda, we have a resolution being introduced by Mr. O'Connell where the city of Easton is going to accept the redevelopment assistant capital program grant in the amount of $4 million. And then the city agrees to serve as the public applicant and grantee for this grant. And it's for the phase 2 of the Stewart Silk Mill, I believe, project.
Yeah, I'll move the consent agenda.
Second?
Okay, moved and seconded. Any comments? Okay.
Mr.
Roll call.
Milan,
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell,
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles,
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana,
Aye.
and Mayor Panto.
Aye.
Okay, there are no reports received by council, so we'll move on to the reports of committees. Councilman Brown is not here tonight, so we'll move right to you, Councilman O'Connell.
I have no report, Vice Mayor.
Okay. We'll move on to Councilwoman Sultana.
I have no report.
And I have no report for public safety. Mr. Ettinger is not present tonight, and we'll move on to Councilman Milan.
I'm good, man.
Okay. Report of the solicitor.
I have no report. Thank you.
And report of the mayor. How's it going?
Thank you, Dr. Ruggles. I have no report.
Okay. City administrator.
I'm going to keep the trend going. I don't have a report tonight.
Great.
Fantastic.
We're batting 1,000.
You know he has a report though, right? You know he does. He just doesn't want to do it because now he feels awkward.
The pressure was on. That's what it was. Okay. So we have no correspondence, so moving on to unfinished business.
Okay, unfinished business, we had an ordinance, bill number 24 that was introduced by Mrs. Sultana, which would be approving a new chapter 250 construction sites and protection of structures of the Code of the City of Easton.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
Mayor Panto?
Aye.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Okay, we had an ordinance that was introduced by Mr. Brown, which would amend the 2022 Stormwater MS4 Fund budget. I
Well,
just
he's
need-
not here, so
I need
I
someone to
will,
move
I
it.
will move that.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Mrs. Sultana? Mayor Panto?
Aye.
Mr. Milan?
aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
And Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
We also had Bill number 26 that was introduced by Mr. Brown, which would amend the 2022 General Fund budget.
I will move that.
Second.
Mayor Panto?
Aye.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
And Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
We have Bill number 27 that was also introduced by Mr. Brown, which would amend the 2022 Insurance Casualty Property Fund budget.
I will move that.
Second.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
And Mayor Panto?
Aye.
So going on to new business.
Okay, we have a resolution approving an agreement with Barry Issett and Associates to perform the PAUCC inspection services.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
And Mayor Panto?
Aye.
We have a resolution being introduced by Mr. Milan, which would approve a lease agreement with New England Hydro Power Company for the installation of a hydroelectric generator within a portion of the waterbed adjacent to the Humor Park.
Moved.
Second.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
Mayor Panto?
Aye.
We have a resolution being introduced by Mr. Milan, which authorizes the administration to pre-order non-CDL vehicles for the Department of Public Works for the fiscal year 2023. The pre-authorization is needed for the lead time due to manufacturers not being able to get vehicles and so forth.
Moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
Mayor Panto?
Aye.
And Mr. Milan?
Aye.
Okay, we have a resolution going to actually be introduced by Dr. Ruggles because Mr. Ettinger's not here, where council would review and approve a quote between the City of Easton and Golden Equipment Company for the purchase of a new pipeline camera trailer for the Department of Public Works.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
Mayor Panto?
Aye.
Mr. Milan?
Aye.
And Mr. O'Connell?
Aye.
We also have a resolution being introduced by Dr. Ruggles, approving an agreement between the City of Easton and Cartograph. It's a subsidiary of OpenGov, and they're going to perform asset management services for the Department of Public Works as well.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Sultana?
Oh. I mean, yeah. I mean, the draft watermark is on there, and I just was worried that, where's the final?
I sent that to you yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Whatever Dave had
Okay.
sent to me, it was
right.
already sent to you. Did
Okay.
everybody get it?
Okay,
Yes.
I missed it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
I
then,
did send it.
that's fine, that's fine.
You don't have to explain it.
No, it's
We're
just,
on a roll here.
we are. I couldn't, is that what I sent you, Rita? I couldn't remember. Because you know what, they also had sent over the addendum for the OpenGov.
Right, right.
And I know
That's what you sent me.
right,
the
but,
OpenGov.
but it was actually, I did ask, because the draft is the final.
Okay,
But I did ask them for the final, and then they sent me the addendum.
okay.
So, but I can get it. It's not.
No, I mean,
I don't-
but if the draft is a final, then that's fine.
It is.
Okay,
Can you get us a clean copy that doesn't say draft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I can erase it too. You're ruining the motion here. It's fluid. You just killed it.
Roll call, please.
Okay, Mrs. Sultana,
Aye.
Mayor Pianto,
Aye.
Mr. Brown. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Milan. My apologies.
Sure you got it?
Yeah. I crossed them off. Mr. O'Connell.
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles.
Aye.
And we have a resolution being introduced by Dr. Ruggles also, where the city agrees to reimburse the Department of Transportation for additional requested work in Center Square.
So move.
Second.
Mayor Pianto,
Aye.
Mr. Brown. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr.
That's
Milan.
twice.
I know. Mr. Milan,
You're ruining the flute here. Aye.
Mr. O'Connell.
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles.
Aye.
And Mrs. Sultana.
Aye.
Okay, this is the time we have public comment from anybody on any issue.
That's where you want to go.
Anybody in the audience wish to comment?
He does.
You can come
You can
up.
flip a coin. And we'll need to have your name and your address.
Sure.
I already got it.
My name Thabit Al-Burati. I live in 600 Northampton Street, Easton, PA. I'm coming here. I looking like to make a bargain for my business because sometimes driving coming, I don't have bargain. That's what I coming for today.
The guy in the back. He's the one you want to talk to. Yeah.
I think he wanted a 15-minute pickup outside of his store.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's right in the corner and next to the, across the street from the Chinese restaurant, and you walk and the fire department's right there.
Right.
So he's looking for like a small parking, 15 minutes to when the delivery is coming. Take everything down because sometimes we don't have a parking.
I think it's the grocery store in the corner, on the peak there, and it's across street from the Chinese restaurant, catty corner
At
from
the triangle.
Yes.
Yes.
What your
Oh.
address is 600 Northampton Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
600?
That's you, yeah. That's your committee.
Before there was the store name Ricky's,
Okay,
and now they changed because
okay. So what we will do is, I will talk with police department, to make sure that there's no problems there. And then, check with the administration also. And, if everything's clear, we'll bring a resolution next council meeting, which will then take effect immediately.
No, Roger, that has to be an ordinance.
Ordinance? Okay, so it's an ordinance. So it gets introduced in the next meeting. It would have to wait for the following meeting to get voted on, and then it would be 30 days before it came into effect. So all ordinances have that same timeline. Okay.
What hours do you need it?
sorry.
What hours?
It's 7 to 10 p.m.
7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yep.
Monday through Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
We go to times to the police station. They send you over here.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
right here,
I
the
just
same,
want to check, all the bases to make sure that everybody is okay with it. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah,
I just want to double check, Monday through Sunday, so 7 days a week,
7 days a week.
7A to 10P.
Right.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Anybody else in the audience? Okay.
Stephen, before we, about your ordinance? Public comment? You good?
Okay, I'm waiting for a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Oh. Sorry. Roll call, please.
Mr. O'Connell?
My record.
Aye.
Dr. Ruggles?
Aye.
Mrs. Sultana?
Aye.
Mayor Pianto?
Aye.
And Mr. Milan? Mr. Brown?
He's waiting that minute.
Aye.
Thank you.
The adjournment's at 6:15. It's a tie. That's awesome. I still have the record.
Good night, Mayor. Have a good time.
Good night.
Good night, Mayor.
Good night.